Space.
And food in space, more importantly.
Oh, wow, I can't wait to take off,
I see what you did there. Well, let's get started.
Girl. Girl. Girl.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey Sarah, how are you?
I'm full-moon-tastic. Good one, Bill, Sarah. What are we learning about today?
We're gonna learn about foods in space in our present century. Astronaut foods are made to stay fresh in space for long periods of time, without a refrigerator. Food in space comes in 4 different types: thermostabilized, irradiated, rehydrated, and natural form. Thermostabilized foods are heat processed to take out dangerous enzymes and microorganisms. Thermostabilized foods are like food found in plastic cups, flexible pouches, and metal cans you would find in supermarkets. Examples would be like canned fish, pudding, and types of meat like ham. Irradiated foods are like thermostabilized foods, but irradiated foods include selected meats that are put through a process to eliminate dangerous substances. Space station astronauts only need to heat the meats up before eating them. Rehydrated foods are both foods and beverages that are rehydrated and with water. Examples would be like soups, casseroles, scrambled eggs, cereal, and shrimp cocktail. Some beverages would be like tea, coffee, orange juice, apple cider, and lemonade. The natural form, the last one, this category of food is pretty self-explanatory. It's foods like granola bars, cookies, nuts that take no preparation to eat. Astronauts have an 8-day food cycle, which they pick before they go off into space. All the space food packages come in disposable packages. The food is sent up to the space station before the astronauts actually come into space.
So, I've been doing some research on my own because Aaron got me thinking. Actually, I found a solar mass of information.
Good one, Bill, Sarah.
Last 50 years, food in space has changed immensely. At first, the food was disgusting. It came in small, semi-liquid packages. Ew. And they had to eat it through tubes or straws. There was also a small variety of cubed dehydrated foods. But when the astronauts ate them, their saliva rehydrated it. How gross. In 1965, the food got a little better. They're able to choose from more things like turkey, shrimp, cocktails, and more. Also, the food was freezer dried, which meant it was quickly cooked, then frozen, and then dehydrated. All the astronauts had to do was inject the food with a water gun. That sounds fun. For the first time, NASA provided astronauts with hot water. This meant that they could rehydrate the foods way easier. They also created something called wet packs, small aluminum foils that contained foods that didn't need rehydration. Thanks, NASA. Also, in 1973, astronauts could actually sit down at a table and eat. They also had, for the first time, refrigeration, which made it so they could have an even wider variety of food. 72 foods in all. You can see, food in space has definitely evolved. It's as different from the 60s to now as a white dwarf to a red giant.
Good one, Bill, Sarah. Does your nebula rotate so fast that it creates a sun in the middle? Or does it rotate too slow? Well, we have a solution for you. The new Rotator Nebula Gauger. It's a fantastic new product that gauges exactly how fast and how many rotations your nebula spins each day. Call now and we'll give you 2. Not 1, but 2. And we'll even include the instruction guide. This is a worldwide phenomenon, and it breaks my heart every day that there are kids in this world who don't have a rotator nebula gauge, and their nebula spins at its own speed, and it is a problem that we need to fix. So call now, And you can order 2 of these, one for you and one for a friend. Only $3.99.
How to keep foods fresh in space. I did work too, you know. To keep food from going bad, the food gets dehydrated and put into airtight bags. Also, they bring non-perishable foods like beef jerky. Some foods get sealed in cans and put into storage. Others get frozen and put away. Irradiation is done to some of foods so that they last longer without refrigeration. Others don't need preservations, so they just bring those along as well. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Hey everybody! Today we're going to learn about food on Earth and food in space. Let's get started. Take this apple for example. Can you get this apple in space? This juicy apple? Well, if you wanted this apple, you'd get this, a dehydrated apple. Crunchy. Let's continue. If you wanted this glass of milk, fresh from the cow, you don't get it. You'd have to drink powdered milk. 1 scoop here. Add some water. And stir it up. Not quite the same, is it? Let's compare. If you want this, you get this. What do you think you would miss if you went into space?
So, Bill, Sarah, we've learned a lot about space today. Can you imagine living in space for a month? Yeah, it'd be so awesome. I think I would miss some foods, though. What do you think?
If I was in space for a month, I would miss fresh juice because all the juice in space is powdered. I would also miss fresh fruit because all the fruit in space is dehydrated.
Girl. Girl.
What?
Again. Stop it! Put away.
That's berserk. Oh, I should just go now.
Berserk.